Hello guys. Today, we are going to see how to protect ourselves from the big flood. So, first we will look at what causes the big flood. A flood is an overflow of water that submerges land that is usually dry. In the sense of flowing water, the word may also be applied to the inflow of the tide. Floods are an area of study of the discipline hydrology and are of significant concern in agriculture, civil engineering and public health. Human changes to the environment often increase the intensity and frequency of flooding. For example, land use changes such as deforestation and removal of wetlands, changes in waterway course such as with levees, and larger environmental issues such as climate change and sea level rise. Floods are considered second only to wildfires as the most common natural disaster on Earth. Flooding may occur as an overflow of water from water bodies, such as a river, lake, or ocean, in which the water overtops or breaks levees, resulting in some of that water escaping its usual boundaries, or it may occur due to an accumulation of rainwater on saturated ground in an aerial flood. While the size of a lake or other body of water will vary with seasonal changes in precipitation and snow melt, these changes in size are unlikely to be considered significant unless they flood property or drown domestic animals. Floods can also occur in rivers when the flow rate exceeds the capacity of the river channel, particularly at bends or meanders in the waterway. Floods often cause damage to homes and businesses if they are in the natural floodplains of rivers. While riverine flood damage can be eliminated by moving away from rivers and other bodies of water, people have traditionally lived and worked by rivers because the land is usually flat and fertile and because rivers provide easy travel and access to commerce and industry. Flash floods are the #1 weather-related killer in the U.S. Nearly half of flash flood deaths are auto-related. Know beforehand if your area is a flood risk. Always listen to the radio and television for the latest information and instructions for your area. Well, let's see how we are going to protect ourselves from such a big flood now. How to defend ourselves before the flood comes first. First, have a disaster plan. Prepare a disaster supplies kit for your home and car. Include a first aid kit, canned food, can opener, bottled water, battery-operated radio, flashlight, protective clothing, and written instructions on how to turn off electricity, gas, and water. Then, some of the steps how to defend ourselves when the flood comes. Move to a safe area quickly. Move to higher ground, like the highest floor of your home. Avoid areas subject to sudden flooding like low spots and canyons. Avoid already flooded areas. If a flowing stream of water is above your ankles, stop, turn around and go the other way. Do not attempt to drive through a flooded road. The depth of the water is not obvious and the road may be washed away. If your car stalls, leave it and seek higher ground. Rapidly rising water may engulf the car, pick it up and sweep it away. Kids should never play around high water, storm drains or viaducts. Be cautious at night, because it's harder to see flood dangers. If told to evacuate, do so immediately. Then, what should we do after the flood? Must boil drinking water and electrical equipment should be checked and dried before used.